front by Lindock Living. Grand Annual, the field is going in. Ablaze is in. Gold Medals is right. Full Mini Oos has come in. Bold Bandit, same colours as Police Camp, of course. Police Camp, the green cap. Bold Bandit, the white. Just Bold Bandit to come in. They're ready now. Fasten your seatbelts. Just ZM to come in. And we'll be ready to go. False teeth are glued in. Check. We're ready to go. The Waterfront, Lindock by Living, Grand Annual. 2020 with no one here. The gates fly back. They're off and running. They're watching all around the world, though. 6:45 in the UK as Ablaze takes an early lead. Out wide, Police Camp and Bold Bandit are going forward. ZM's going to come across as well. No dramas at the first jump. The first of 33 on their journey of 5,500. Here comes the next one. They only do the two of the hula hand treble this time around. ZM and Bold Bandit have gone to the front. In front of Police Camp, Ablaze is over on the inside. Full Mini Oos is next, running fifth and 2 lengths to Bit of a Lad. Gold Medals is second last and Underground Fighter is last as they go up and over the third. So 30 jumps left. ZM, the key where they call Bobby, up on the outside of Bold Bandit, who's travelled across the world to get here himself a few years ago. Ablaze tucks in third. They're followed his outside by Police Camp and Full Mini Oos, who doesn't know itself. He normally likes to lead. He's 3 deep at the moment, going up to third. Then Bit of a Lad, who's joined by his old sparring partner from last year's Briley, I should say, in Bit of a Lad. And Underground Fighters on his Pat Malone, but he's in touch as they jump the one at Elford Road, which takes them into Briley for the first time. The only race where they go in there twice. And ZM, the top weight with the 73 kilos. Aaron Lynch, his new rider, has taken the lead. Full Mini Oos, the local boulder, strode up on the outside within a neck. 2 lengths to Bold Bandit, who took the trail third in advance of Police Camp. Same colours, the little fellow, but he's got the stable green cap, and Ablaze went back to fifth, and what a beautiful sight it is as they go up and over the next. Ablaze lost a little ground there, but he's in front of Gold Medals and Bit of a Lad's behind him, probably wishing like he might or not want to be very soon, and then followed about 3 or 4 lengths back to Underground Fighter. They jump the next one. They're going to stride to the top of Cox's here, and it is Full Mini Oos which took it up. He's only won one race, but he's trying to win the Grand Annual, the great race. He's a length and a half in front, and he's going to give ZM a pacemaker as they get up and over the first, cross the road, up and over the second. They're in Granters for the first time now. Full Mini Oos, he's a Booligan. He should know his way around. He jumps the El Gahood narrowly from ZM, who's on his outside. Remember, they've got to do a hard left here. Bold Bandit went up to 30s alongside Police Camp. They're 2 lengths to Ablaze. Here's the all-important left-hander at Tozer Road. Up and over 1, up and over 2, Full Mini Oos and ZM. They know each other round. They know their way round, that's for sure. There's Nord in it. Bold Bandit's in third, and they're 4 lengths Police Camp. 2 further back to Ablaze, and then Gold Medals, Bit of a Lad, and Underground Fighter. Not... well, as expected, he sees them all. Now, this jump used to be the man trap when there used to be millions here. Now it's just a normal jump, but Full Mini Oos and ZM went over it together. 4 lengths to the good here of Bold Bandit, who's in front of Police Camp. 3 further back to Ablaze. Next in the race was Gold Medals. Then came Bit of a Lad. And last of all, about 2 or 3 lengths away, was Underground Fighter. You wouldn't believe it. The sun's shining for a Grand Annual and nobody here to enjoy it. And Full Mini Oos and ZM are getting into a bit of a duel here. They're starting the hula hand treble again back to where they started from. And it's ZM in front. Full Mini Oos the outside second, and they're 4 lengths Police Camp, saving ground the inside of Bold Bandit. 4 further back Ablaze, then Bit of a Lad, who's behind him, back on his inside in fact. Gold Medals was next. That quartet are in a different little group of their own there, with Underground Fighter tacking on to find the back of Gold Medals. So with a circuit to go, give them a roar! If you're on your strapper, if you're on the couch, get off the couch and give them a roar. There's a circuit to go in the Grand Annual. ZM, he's won this race before. He's been beaten a nose before. He leads the field up and over the next narrowly from Full Mini Oos. In third place, Bold Bandit. He's swapping that spot with Police Camp, I should say, and then Ablaze, who's 2 or 3 lengths away. The Jericho Cup winner, he's 5th in the run. Gold Medals, the winner of 2018, is next around last year's Briley winner, Bit of a Lad, and still last as Underground Fighter. He's not as far back as some thought he may have, though. So they're going to Briley once again. Here's the one that takes them there at Elford Road. ZM got a little break on Full Mini Oos here. They're about 3 or 4 in front of Police Camp, and then Bold Band at the outside running fourth. Ablaze has travelled pretty well, and he's jumped okay too behind him on his inside once he's got going. Then Gold Medal's Bit of a Lad, and Underground Fighter is the next. So they've got to climb the almighty hill of Briley once again. It'd feel like a mountain, wouldn't it, when you're doing it for the second time? ZM got over the first, up and over the second. He's 2 lengths in front of Fulminius, who's running a great race. Ablaze, he's looking agile. He came to third now, in advance of Police Camp and also Bold Bandit. They were followed by Gold Meadows, who's following Ablaze. Bit of a Lad back on their inside, and Underground Fighter 2 back at the end of the field. So they're getting to the top of the hill now towards Cox's Road. They've completed the Briley treble again. ZM in his favourite role. He took a bit of authority here now. He gets up and over the first. About to go up and over the second. There's 7 to jump as he charges down into Grand as ZM to jump the Elgar Hood. Ablaze is coming to second. Now starting to present on the outside, or his Gold Medals as well, but he's got Fulminius and Police Camp still in front of him. Then Bit of a Lad, Underground Fighter and Bold Bandit's not going well. Here's the Tozer Road double. So they've got to go right here now. The 6th last and the 5th last, and ZM has completed them in exemplary fashion. He's a grand Kiwi, isn't he? It's ZM 2 lengths to Ablaze. The new kid on the block is coming out of the pack to try and chase him down. Police Camp running third, fourth. Gold Medal starting to present now. On fresh legs, the local champs come to third. They're in front of Bit of a Lad, who's battling a bit with Fulminius. And last of all was Underground Fighter. Here's the third last. ZM 2 lengths Ablaze being called upon. Gold Medals is still trying to save something. He better go full bore now. There's only 2 to go. ZM from Ablaze, who's looming large to tackle him on the outside. How much has Gold Medal's got left? He's 2 away at the second last. Douglas urging him along, but ZM's a champion for a reason. He doesn't like getting beaten. He's a half length to Ablaze with 1 to jump. 2 to Gold Medal's next. Ablaze goes up to ZM, goes after him. Gold Medal's 2 lengths further back. Then Bit of a Lad. It's ZM, the Kiwi warrior. Ablaze, the new kid on the block, has gone to him though. 2 lengths Gold Medal's trying to lift, then followed by Bit of a Lad, but we're seeing history here. This is 5 Grand Annuals for the favourite son, Seamar. Ablaze race clear for Turkey Legs. ZM can do no more. Gold Medals there in a fight of their own, but it is Ablaze for the Lindock Living Waterfront Grand Annual by 6 lengths. Second Gold Medals, third ZM. They were brave, but they were beaten. Fourth Bit of a Lad, then Underground Fighter, followed by Police Camp, Fulminius, and the only one who didn't make it over was Bold Bandit. He's going to trot home at the end. What a performance by Ablaze. He's defied a lot of things, hasn't he? $2 and $1.30, Ablaze. He's done almost the impossible to win this race. The setback at Pakenham and take on the modern day heroes of Gold Medals and ZM. He got a beautiful ride and he thrashed them. At the finish, it's fair to say. Seriously will be the cue. Every one of you, every 12,000 one of you, go with us today. Let's scream to the world how good this great race is. Yen Sir, the favourite. He's been the best tried. $3 on the best tried to beat him as Gold Medals at 5. Here comes Yen Sir for the Professor. Remember the seriously cue. We're ready and we're racing. Let the big journey begin. ZM was one of the first to leave the machine with Napoleon. Bit of a Lad pushing up on their inside as they come to the first. Spying on You is next on the outside, and he's starting to slide up after the leader, which is Bit of a Lad. ZM's going to sit behind them for now as they come to jump number 2 in front of the Tab Kia. Big screen. Yeah, give them an almighty. Next in the race was George the 5th in the middle, followed by just behind them a length away to My King's Council. Napoleon's on the inside of Pentelligencia. Gold Medal second last, and he is the one who's at the back. Here's jump number 3 now. It's only just 30 to go, believe it or not. And the Briley runner-up from Tuesday, Bit of a Lad, as the leader for the Johnny Farnham of Jumps Racing. Turkey Legs on the comeback trail. Goes up and over the 4th by a length. 2 Spying on You, the Jewel. Great Eastern winner and ZM, the 2019 winner of this race, is back on their inside as they go to Elford Road, and they're about to jump the one which takes them into Briley now. My King's Council's with Napoleon. Jensers with those. George V in front of Gold Medals. Pentelligencia jumped one a little awkwardly, dropped to second last. And 3-2, he is the one. They're climbing the hill in Briley now for jumps numbers 6, 7 and 8. Here comes Bit of a Lad to the first. Up and over by a length and a half on ZM. In third place in the race is Spying on You, and the race favourite Jenser is fourth as they come to the second in Briley. Then Napoleon, who's on the inside of My King's Council. George V outside of those, and Gold Medals is resting on the inside. Third from the back in the Grand Annual. Then Pentelligencia. He's the one as last. Here's the eighth jump now, the last in Briley. That's this time around anyway. Remember, they go up this almighty hill again. So they get to the top of Cox's for 9 and 10. Bit of a Lad it is. He shows the way to the double at Cox's from ZM second. Spying on You, Jenser, travelling equal third from George V, Napoleon. Next was My King's Council from Pentelligencia, Gold Medals, and he's the one, and up and over. They're all over it safely. The almighty Algahood in Graders, and now down to the Tosa Road double where they have to turn left, remember. ZM took it up, over one. Up and over the second at Tosa Road, and he's three to Bit of a Lad, Jenser. Spying on You, the South Aussie champ, fourth. Gold Medals, the hometown hero, next. Then George V, My King's Council, Napoleon. Pentelligencia's going awkwardly. He may even be retired. You know, he's just dropped back behind. He is the one as they come to the famous man trap now. ZM, what a magnificent jumper he is. He's 3 lengths in front of Bit of a Lad. One to Jenser. Next jump here is going to be the Goodalls. Then Spying on You, fourth, and George V and Gold Medals, the stablemates, are waxing lyrical next. From My King's Council, Napoleon. 3 lengths, he is the one, and then came Pentelligencia. They're almost to where they started from. They will be as soon as they jump the first of the great Jim Houlihan treble. And ZM is in his favourite role. He's rocking and rolling. Kuru's got him in a beautiful rhythm. 2 lengths to Bit of a Lad and Spying on You. Here comes the second now of the Houlihan treble. Jenser is next on the outside. Around Gold Medals. Gee, saved some ground on the inside there. My King's Council next. He's the one deep, George V. And then followed Pentelligencia. Here's the next. Seriously! How bloody good is the bull? They're up and over the third of the Houlihan treble. The leader is ZM. He's out by a length. Pentelligencia's come from last. Young Newton's getting a little nervous. He wants to get into the race. And just like in the Great Eastern, he wants to get alongside of ZM. He almost came off there as Pentelligencia wanted to go home to South Australia. Third Bit of a Lad. Don't go yet, mate. There's plenty left to jump. Bit of a Lad tucks in behind them third, and he's the one made his way up fourth. The Professor saving good ground on Jenser next, then followed by George V and My King's Council. Gold Medals gets onto the back of Jenser. He got shunted a little, and Napoleon's at the end. So across Elford Road, and they jump that one now and climb the famous hill all over again. This will be the last time, and ZM in his favourite role, the brave Kiwi Warrior, who's run a first, second and third in this great race, leads a new kid, Pentelligencia, by a length. Bit of a Lad 2 away third. The outside running fourth in the race. Then is he's the one now from Spying on You and George V. Jenser, Gold Medals, well back in the race to My King's Council. And Napoleon on the inside is at the end. They're climbing the famous Briley Hill now in the paddock. ZM, can anybody run this champion Kiwi down? He got away 2 lengths again on Pentelligencia. Bit of a Lad was next. Napoleon fourth, then Jenser. George V, they've got to the top of Cox's now from Spying on You as they come across now. And the leader is still ZM from Pentelligencia. He's the one next. Then Bit of a Lad, George V. Jenser tucks behind them. He waits. So does Gold Medals. My King's Council, Napoleon, and Spying on You went out to the rear. They jumped the one. The Algahood now in charge to the Tosa Road double. You don't have to worry about any cars, boys. They've shut every road in this joint. They go over the first of the double, now the second. There's 29 jumps completed, and there's only 4 to go. ZM and Kuru, they are in a world of their own. 3 lengths in front of Bit of a Lad. Jenser hasn't spent a penny, nor has Gold Medals. Then followed by George V, My King's Council, Napoleon. Pentelligencia went way too early, then he's the one, and Spying on You's had enough. So the third last now for the mighty Kiwi veteran ZM. I tell you what, he's going like a winner, dare I say it. Gold medals though, his old sparring partner. Here he comes. Next, George V to third. Bit of a lad battles. Yen Sir battles. Then followed by My King's Council. Let's go back to the front for the second last. ZM and gold medals. They're 2-1 or 1-2 if you like. Oh my God, they've done this before. There's 6 lengths to George V and Yen Sir. The Greybeards, the cream come to the top here. They jump the last in unison. ZM, gold medals. It's the brave Kiwi ZM, the hometown hero. Gold medals on the outside. He's going to him. The crowd roars. This is incredible. Gold medals from ZM. Third is going to be George V. But gold medals, he's 11. But by gee, he doesn't know it. ZM, look at him. He won't give in. But gold medals, 2 Grand Annuals. What a hometown hero. What a Grand Annual hero. Douglas and Wild, they do it again. Gold medals are linked to ZM. 10 to George V, who ran the race of his life. Yen Sir fourth. Pentelligencia, someone tell me how he still ran 5th. Then My King's Council, a brave and tired bit of a lad from Napoleon. He is the one spying on you. The champs, the horses, the riders, they all made it home. And gold medals rewrote history.
I swore to God I wasn't going to do this.
It's hard.
He's an amazing horse. He really is. You know, to turn up as much as he has, and I just, yeah, I'm so grateful to have him.
He's just an unbelievable horse, this horse. He's just incredible. Like, he's just one of those horses. He just travelled so well on the run. Like, a long way out, I was still travelling, and even going to the second last, I really asked him for a big, deep effort his last 2, and he went on and won the race. But like, in saying that, ZM was very strong to the line as well. So it's been a great competition between the two of them, and as you can see, there's not much between them.
Race favourite is out to about 270 to come in the field for the Lyndoch Living. Grand Annual will be on their way. Hopefully the boys have fastened their seatbelts. 5,533 fences and they're off in the Grand Annual. Getting Leggy was one of the first to jump out. Heberite on the outside away nicely. And as they all measure up the first here, it'll be Getting Leggy down on the inside, which has been just headed over that first jump by Heberite. San Remo on the outside is up running third, and American in Paris is fourth and a little bit deep as they come to the second jump. Next was Eyes of Blue. My King's Council on the inside and Police Wagon in one of 2 sets of silks, which were worn by the great Grand National winner in Wells, is third from the back. The favourite Vanguard settled second last, and last of all was Master Poet. There they go up and over the third jump now. They're starting their journey to the paddock for the first time, and Heberite, the best back runner in the race. In the colours worn by the great Ablaze 2 years ago, he leads Getting Leggy, who won the Briley in that year by 2 lengths. San Remo's up running third, and fourth is Eyes of Blue. Next in the race then was American in Paris. He's in front of My King's Council. Police Camp, who ran third here on Tuesday in front of the horse that won the Briley, Vanguard, and Master Poet at the end. They're at Alford Road now, and they've just gone over the 5th, and they're going to start to climb the hill of Briley for the first time. Heberite at a nice tempo. Nothing like Britannicus was setting in the Briley. He leads by 2 lengths to Getting Leggy, who's stalking him, and they're 3 lengths to San Remo as they come to the first in Briley. Up and over they go. Fourth in the race then is Eyes of Blue. 5th is American in Paris. That's the pink and grey wild colours with the white cap, 2 lengths to My King's Council. The favourite Vanguard was next as they get safely over that second one in Briley. Then followed by Police Camp, who's just in front of Master Poet. The journey up the hill continues. Here's the third in Briley coming up. It's Heberite in front. At the moment, he is pretty right and comfortable in the lead, 1.5 lengths on Getting Leggy and 2.5 lengths away to San Remo. Eyes of Blue, fourth. American in Paris was 5th, and then My King's Council. In front of the favourite Vanguard. Then Police Camp and Master Poets at the end. They're at the top of Cox's Hill there for the double. Over the first, over the second. They're charging down into Granters, and they're going to jump the famous El Gahoon. Won this race a couple of times, as did the little sister Regina Challey, and over that one he goes. So remember, they've got to go left, and that's this time. Right the next time around. It's Heberite in front. He comes here to the first of the Tozer Road double. Up and over it, up and over it. He did that beautifully, didn't he? Got away about 4 lengths on getting leg. The favourite Vanguard's out. And what's happened? Vanguard's fallen over on the flat. He fell over on the flat. San Remo next. Then followed by American in Paris. Next in the race then was Master Poet. He's in front of Police Camp and My King's Council. Spare a thought as they went over the man trap. Now back towards the Goodles. Spare a thought for the bloke that had the 10K on him with a tap. Front runner Heberite a length and a half on getting leggy. They're almost to back where they started from. 4 lengths away, Eyes of Blue, then San Remo. Master Poet next on the outside of American in Paris and then My King's Council. They've almost got back to where they started from. And they're about to jump the first to the JJ Houlihan treble. You know what he said, the great man? He said the Grand Annual's a special race. It's for brave horses and it's for brave men, and I like both. And so do we. Over this one. Now the second of the JJ Houlihan comes up. And Heberite, he's the front runner. He leads out by 2 lengths on getting leggy, who stalked him all of the way. There hasn't been many changes. Here's the third of the great JJ Houlihan coming up in front of us here. American in Paris is next on the inside of Master Poet. Then came My King's Council, and Police Camp had gone back to the rear. While all has been going on, Heberite's out in front. Getting leggy is stalking it. They're followed next in the race then as the crowd roars. San Remo's on his feet and he wants to keep going. Next in the race then was Eyes of Blue. He's fourth. He's had a nice little run in front of Police Camp, saving ground inside of My King's Council. And also there on the outside of them was Master Poet. So they're going across the course proper to jump Bedford Road. It's jump number 21. Can you believe it? There's still 12 to go in this great journey. Heberite trying to go all the way over 5,500 metres. Starts the trek of the hill again in the Grand Annual. 2 lengths to getting leggy and 3 to Eyes of Blue. American in Paris is running a nice race. Then Master Poet, followed by My King's Council, and on the inside was Police Camp, I should say. They jumped the first. He doesn't need the wagon just yet, Police Camp. He's still there. They jumped the first in Briley and now the second, and Heberite is doing it absolutely beautifully in the lead for the Irishman, Willie McCarthy. He leads getting leggy. A late pick-up ride for Ross O'Sullivan. It'll be the biggest win of his career. He's in second, and they're 3 lengths Eyes of Blue. American in Paris and then Master Poet, My King's Council and Police Camp. They've jumped the last in Briley for the last time in this Grand Annual anyway, and they're at the top of Cox's Hill. It's Heberite in front. He's trying to defy everybody to run him down, and he comes to the first of the double at Cox's, up and over 1, cross the road, up and over the second. Second is getting leggy, and moving to third, Master Poet. Then Eyes of Blue, followed by American in Paris. Here comes the Elgar Hood again. Heberite's going all right. He's coming down towards the Tozer Road double. 6 to jump for Heberite. He's 3 lengths to getting leggy. Now they're lining up for third. Heberite, oh, he wanted to go left again, unfortunately, and lost about 5 lengths. Getting leggy went to the front. He did a Britannicus, Heberite, but he's still got something to offer. Comes back to second. Police Camp gets up to third. Eyes of Blue, there's 4 to jump. You tell me who's going to win. Up and over they go. Getting leggy, Heberite comes again. Master Poet sails into it beautifully now. From Eyes of Blue, Police Camp. Then My King's Council, followed by American in Paris. Over the third last. Will the next gold medals or ZM please stand up and be counted? The new Grand Annual hero, Heberite, goes to the lead for the moment. Master Poet's not done with. Eyes of Blue at 100 to 1 in third. Then getting leggy the outside and Police Camp. They're over the second last. Heberite, he jumped at best. He's coming away. He's got a length and a half to spare as they come to the last. Seriously, how bloody good is the Bull? Heberite comes to the last of 33. He jumped at 2 lengths in front. Getting leggy, can't catch him. Third is Master Poet, then followed by Police Camp. Boxing on his Eyes of Blue. Heberite, he's all out, but so are those chasing. Getting leggy on the outside, Police Camp running the race of his life. So is Eyes of Blue. Their straight seems a mile long. I don't know whether they're ever going to get there. Heberite, he's in front. Police Camp's coming on the outside. Police Camp coming at Heberite. Heberite, yeah, he'll be right. Heberite is right. He wins a Grand Annual by a length and a half. 2 Police Camp. Eyes of Blue ran third. Getting leggy fourth. Then American in Paris, followed by Master Poet, My King's Council. The horses that didn't get around are up and being attended to. Wow, what a race.
I'm sitting in shock, Richard. I can't believe it. Look, I've been working my arse off all week to get the weight down for this fella. Look, unfortunately, he was out of Steve's weight category. It was a bit light for him, and I'm absolutely privileged to get the opportunity to step in when he can't do it. What a performance from the horse. It's only his second time over the steeples, and anybody that's got anything bad to say about jump racing, you watch that horse, his second time over steeples, come out here and win a Grand Annual and jump like that. It was an unbelievable performance. I got to give a big shout out to somebody in the barn in Ballarat, Ange, our pony woman. She made me some pumpkin soup at the start of the week. It kept me going, and if I didn't have it, I wouldn't be here to standing in front of you, I don't think. But look, thanks very much to Kieran and the owners. I got a little bit of flack for my ride on him and packing him, but I knew coming here today, 33 fences for a second-time steeplechaser. He needed to learn how to jump and packing him, and by God, he surely did, and he put on a display here today.
Goes to the outside gate, and the light blinks for the big one. It's about to happen. The Grand Annual. They're off. Epizil, one of the first to go. Stern Idol went out well, and so did the Rockstar Ronnie as they come to the first of 33. Worldly Willie jumps with Epizil. Looked like he wanted to take up a forward spot, but Rockstar Ronnie is going to cruise his way to the front as he comes to the second jump in front of the big crowd. Rockstar Ronnie, he had a good look at it, didn't he? But he goes past the Kia Tab big screen in front. Just a lazy 31 more to jump for Rockstar Ronnie, who leads out by 3 lengths on Epizil and Stern Idol on the outside. Hurricane tracking a little wide at that third jump. Crosshill back along the inside, and Vanguard back in the centre from Blood and Sand. Last year's runner-up, Police Camp, is last, and watching it all unfold. So they've jumped 3 and they're going to the 4th fence now. Rockstar Ronnie with a good lead. He's 4 lengths on Epizil. In 3rd place was the race favourite Stern Idol. Crosshill underneath of him. Then Vanguard back in the middle, followed by Hurricane, Police Camp and Blood and Sand. Now they cross the course proper and Elford Road. Jump number 5 takes them into Briley for the first time on this epic journey. It is Rockstar Ronnie by 3 lengths. Second placing is Epizil. Third placing in the race is the race favourite Stern Idol. Pateman, he's doing whatever Pateman wants at the moment. Then followed Crosshill on the inside. 4th and Hurricane gets back alongside his stablemate Vanguard. Then Blood and Sand and Police Camp at the end. They're climbing the famous hill in Briley. They were up and over the first of them. Now the second. Rockstar Ronnie with no company in the lead, led by 3 lengths Epizil. A half away. Then on the outside to Stern Idol. Have a look at the people watching up there. Next in the race then was Crosshill. He's 4th on the rails from Hurricane Vanguard. Blood and Sand and Police Camp is last. So they've jumped the 3rd in Briley as they still continue to climb the famous hill to get to the top of Cox's here. Rockstar Ronnie with the double coming up. He's 3 lengths in front of Stern Idol, going to second. Up and over 1, crosses the road. Up and over the second. Rockstar Ronnie from Stern Idol, Epizil. Crosshill was 4th from Hurricane and Vanguard. Then Police Camp. Next in the race then was Blood and Sand, and he's last. They jumped the Elgar Hood. They charge downhill now to the Tozer Road double for the first time. Rockstar Ronnie in front. He goes up and over the first, across the road, up and over the second, and he does it beautifully now as he races back onto the course proper, 4 lengths to Stern Idol. The man trap's coming up soon. Next in the race then, well, they used to call it that once upon a time. Next was Crosshill, who's 3rd. Then Epizil from Vanguard and Police Camp. Hurricane went back to second last. Blood and Sand at the end. There's the old man trap. Rockstar Ronnie 2 lengths in front of his Kieran Ma. David Eustace, stablemate in Stern Idol. They come to the next jump. They're 3 lengths to Crosshill. Epizil, followed by Vanguard, Police Camp, Hurricane and Blood and Sand. Dare I say it, we've hardly seen a faultless jump yet. They come around the home turn now. They're about to line up for the Houlihan treble back where they started from. He's watching above the great man. He always is in this great race. They come to their first now. It's still Rockstar Ronnie in front. Stern Idol's 2 away. Crosshill was 3rd. On the outside, Epizil. 2 lengths to Vanguard. Then Police Camp, Blood and Sand and Hurricane. The Kiwi went back to the rear of the field. Over the second of the Houlihan treble. They're coming down to greet us now. This is jump number 18. Surely you can do better than that. This is Warrnambool and the Grand Annual. They go up and over the next one. There's only 15 more to jump for Rockstar Ronnie. He makes play by 2 lengths on Stern Idol. The race favourite tracking him pretty much everywhere he goes. Third, Episeal around Cross Hill. Then Vanguard on the inside. 2 lengths Police Camp. 2 further back to Hurricane. Next in the race then was Blood and Sand underneath of him as they go to the next jump in search of Briley once again. This is where a tiny little bit of fatigue sets in. It's going to be nothing to what they're going to feel in another 1,000 metres, but Rockstar Ronnie takes them across the course proper, 2 lengths to Stern Idol. Vanguard sneaking up on the inside of Cross Hill. They were followed further back in the race to Episeal, Police Camp, Blood and Sand and Hurricane is going back to the tail end of the field. Rockstar Ronnie makes the journey up the hill in Briley once again. He's carved out another 4 lengths here in front of Stern Idol, Cross Hill and Vanguard. Then Episeal, Police Camp, followed by Blood and Sand saving ground on the fence, the outsider, and Hurricane bides his time. The journey up the hill continues, and it's still Rockstar Ronnie. He's making everybody run him down. He's 5 lengths to Stern Idol. Cross Hill is third and a length to Episeal. 2 further back to Vanguard, who saved plenty as they jump the next. Then Police Camp, Blood and Sand, and still last of all was Hurricane. Guess what? They're at the top of Cox's once again. And the double up there is about to come up. All 8 still with us. Rockstar Ronnie over the first. Goes across the road. Over the second. He's 3 or 4 lengths in front of Cross Hill, who's not letting him out of his sights. Stern Idol is there as they come to the famous Helga Hood. There's 6 left to jump. Seriously? How cool is the bull? Down to the Tozer Road double. And Rockstar Ronnie over the first. Crosses the road and over the second. He took it really wide. Stern Idol's gone to take it up. Rockstar Ronnie, the stablemate, takes it off him again. Here comes Vanguard into the race with Cross Hill. There's only 2 lengths between that quartet. There's 4 to jump in this epic journey. There's the 4th last. Then Police Camp, Episeal, Hurricane's a long way back, and Blood and Sand is at the tail end of the field. Here's the 3rd last. Rockstar Ronnie, he's putting in a great display. 2 lengths to Cross Hill. 3rd Vanguard. Stern Idol's as flat as attacked the big bloke. Goliath hasn't got it today. Police Camp comes on. Then followed Hurricane. He'd need to be gold medals to win from there. At the 2nd last. Rockstar Ronnie, 2 lengths to Cross Hill. Closing in. 2 to Vanguard going to 3rd. Police Camp is 4th. 32 completed. Here's the last. We still don't know the winner. Rockstar Ronnie every step of the way so far. Police Camp on the outside is coming. Then Cross Hill and Vanguard. Rockstar Ronnie in the Grand Annual. The jumping's over. He's got the lead from Police Camp. Cross Hill and Vanguard down the outside. Rockstar Ronnie, Police Camp. Is he going to run another second? He can't run Rockstar down. Rockstar is a rock star. He's a rock star of the bull. Rockstar Ronnie for the Tour McCarthy. Chris McCarthy by 3 lengths. 2nd, Police Camp. 3rd, Cross Hill. 4th, Vanguard. A break to Episeal, followed by Hurricane, Blood and Sand. And the favourite has failed to complete the course in the Grand Annual. Yet another story, the Tour McCarthy. Chris McCarthy with the Grand Annual.
Congratulations, Stan.
Thanks a million for that. I can't believe it. Words that can't describe the feeling of that. The trust to Kieran Maher, Declan Maher for when I schooled them to put my hand up. I'm only a 3 kilo claimer and they still had the owners behind them as well. Obviously wanted probably someone better, but they stuck their neck out. And I'm glad we could repay them.
Take us through that race, mate. You led the entire way.
The entire way, and I was just first lap. I couldn't get him back anymore and I was interfering. I didn't think I was going quick, but he just wanted to go that stride quicker than I didn't want to. And then I got a breather going up the hill the 2nd time and just filled and filled. And then I couldn't hear him. I could hear him early, but then I couldn't hear him jumping the fence behind me. I said, beauty, I've got away, but cut the corner a few times. The horse jumped absolutely super. Full credit to the horse. He done all the work.
leader. He has Vanguard in the annual. In he moves. Here comes Tom's Fury. Let the marathon begin. 5,533 fences and they're off. Count Zero jumped out pretty well, so did Rockstar Ronnie. In the middle, Balex One looking for a sit with Vanguard as they come to the first. Then followed further back to Cross Hill. Brungle Birdie's out very wide, but easing back around Wolf Tone and Sandman. Tom's Fury next. And, yeah, an almighty roar at the second. That's better. From Cross Hill and Rudimento went back to the last and the tail end of the field. So they come to the third. Rockstar Ronnie, like he did last year, makes his presence felt early and he jumps the third. There's just 30 to go. As they go past those on the hill, you know it's a can job, the Grand Annual. You can take your first sip now. As they go to jump number 4, and don't look away, you'll miss the action. Rockstar Ronnie 2 lengths to Balex One, Count Zero on the outside. They were followed back behind them by Instigator, who's scouting the inside. Wolf Tone has gone around Vanguard and also Sandman. Brungle Birdie came back with Tom's Foolery and Cross Hill, and then followed by Rudimento, who's last of all. They're over the fifth. Just a lazy 28 to go as they climb Briley now. Rockstar Ronnie, just like last year, out in front calling the shots for the tall McCarthy. He comes to fence number 6 and jumped at 3 lengths to Count Zero and Wolf Tone the bolter up third. Fourth in the race, over on the inside, Balex One put to sleep. Then Vanguard. Followed further astern to Tom's Fury and Sandman. 3 lengths to Instigator, then Brungle Birdie, Cross Hill, and Rudimentals at the end. So they're getting up to jump number 8 now. And Rockstar Ronnie, he was the Rockstar last year, all right, leads by 2.5 lengths. Count Zero second, Vanguard third, and Wolf Tone the outside. Back fifth, Balex One, and then Sandman, Tom's Fury. They've got to the top of the hill now. They're at Cox's. Here comes 9 and 10. Rockstar Ronnie over the first. Now crosses the road and over the second. You don't have to look right or left, son. They've shut every road in the joint. The world stops for the Grand Annual. Here comes the Elgar Hood. And it's Rockstar Ronnie leading down to the Tozer Road double the first time where they've got to go left. Leading 2 lengths to Count Zero. Third placing Vanguard. Here comes the first of that double. They're all going left okay. Balex One was next and then Wolf Tone. Sandman behind him from Tom Foolery, and then Cross Hill 2 lengths, his stablemate Instigator from Brungle Birdie and Rudimentals at the end. Back onto the course proper here. They're about to line up where the old man trap was, and it's Rockstar Ronnie in control. He's 3 lengths clear. Second placing in the Grand Annual, Count Zero, and 30 stablemate Vanguard. A length away fourth as they come to the next one. Balex One from Wolf Tone. All up and over it safe from Sandman, Tom's Fury. Then Cross Hill Instigator, 3 to Brungle Birdie, and 3 to Rudimental at the end. So they're coming around towards us here, where they're going to jump the Houlihan treble and start where, and go past where they started from a lap ago of this big jump circuit. Rockstar Ronnie's in front. Here he comes, up and over the first. Past where he started from, and he comes into the lane again. Vanguard's not letting him get away, and Rudimental has lost the rider back in the field. Count Zero's on the leader's back, and Balex One's getting a perfect run fourth. Wolf Tone wider from Tom's Fury. Then Instigator saving ground inside of Sandman. Cross Hill's last of that group. Brungle Birdie's 3 away, and jumping with him as the riderless, Rudimental. They get up and over the one in front of us here, and they're about to jump the next one. They'll have 14 to go after this, and Rockstar Ronnie's the leader. You should be halfway through that can on top of the hill, by the way. It's Rockstar Ronnie from Count Zero. Vanguard third, Balex One fourth. Then Wolf Tone. Next along the inside, Tom's Fury on the day's back up from Sandman. Then the Purcell stablemates, Instigator White Cap in front of Cross Hill, and 5 lengths to Brungle Birdie, who has the riderless horse in front of him. They're going across the course proper. It's fair to say it's been well used. They jump the one at Elford Road and start the trek up the hill again. Rockstar Ronnie in a piece of deja vu so far. Leads by a length and a half to Count Zero. Vanguard running third. Fourth placing is Tom's Fury, and then followed by Balex One. Next in the race was Instigator in company with his stablemate Cross Hill, and then Wolf Tone. Sandman was next, and 3 lengths to Brungle Birdie. Fatigue starting to set in a touch as they climb the hill again. Rockstar Ronnie still in control, led by a length and a half on Count Zero and Vanguard. Fourth, Tom's Fury. Fifth, Balex 1. Nothing's had an excuse yet from Instigator Cross Hill. Wolf Tone Sandman and still Brungle Birdie is at the tail end of the field. Well, the jumping in Briley for the second time is all over Rover. They've got to the top of Cox's once again. Rockstar Ronnie, he's in control. The tall McCarthy. Well, where's Rudimental going to go? Anyway, Rockstar Ronnie is over and across the road and over the second, as they all are safely. Rudimental's feeling pretty left out without the rider. They come to the Elgar Hood. Over it they fly now. Sixth to jump in the Grand Annual. Rockstar Ronnie from Count Zero. Tom's Fury coming through. Then followed further back to Balex 1 following him. Remember, they've got to go the hard right here. Or some of them don't want to, and Rudimental was there to make sure he wanted to go the other way. Anyway, no harm done. Rockstar Ronnie led, but I tell you what, he's got lots of company. They're on the course proper with 4 to jump. Count Zero second, Balex 1 is presenting now. They're a length and a half to Tom's Fury. Vanguard's on the inside. Then Cross Hill, Instigator and Brungle Birdie look too far back. Rockstar Ronnie from the Jericho Cup, winner of yesteryear. Count Zero, he's running the race of his life. He put his head in front. Balex 1 yet to be called upon. Vanguard still has a kick left. Tom's Fury's coming again. Rockstar's battling. He's not going to be a rock star today. In Steeple Lane for the second last. Count Zero running a big race. Balex 1. He didn't really want to take him to the front too early, but he's gone up to join Count Zero as they come towards the last. Here's Tom's Fury on the day's back up emerging. Then Cross Hill. Vanguard's cut the corner. He's coming through. Count Zero's the leader. The stablemate Vanguard back to the inside. Balex 1 presents. Then followed Tom's Fury and Cross Hill. Balex 1 on the outside. Goes up to take a narrow lead in the annual. Trying to get off the canvas is Count Zero. He's coming back at Balex 1. Balex 1, he won't go to the lead. Count Zero fights. Balex 1, Count Zero, I don't know. Count Zero, maybe a nose to Balex 1, but I don't want to have a go. That's not a tip. Third, Tom's Fury from Vanguard in a thrilling Grand Annual. Next was Cross Hill, followed further afield then by Rockstar Ronnie. Instigator, Sandman was the last finisher.
We got a photo finish for an epic Grand Annual, a stirring contest. Balex 1 looked home as the Jericho Cup winner put his nose down when he might have put his nose down and won Simon Wild, another annual.
Just a race that every jump strike wants to win, and look, I still actually can't believe that just happened. I thought it was all over halfway down the straight, and my bloke just dug back, and it probably wasn't until I put the whip away that he actually gave me 100%. Look, all credit to the horse, Simon Wild. They know how to train a Grand Annual winner and a winner at Warrnambool, and me and my best mate Richie O'Donoghue slogged it down all week trying to get to the 64, and we had each other's backs the whole week because it got pretty tough. And I shot home about 2 hours ago and pulled off the last kilo, and I was lying in the bar thinking, is it all going to be worth it? And it's more than worth it, I tell you that.
Here comes Freddie the Eagle. One of a three-pronged attack for the Wild Clan. They're set now. They're off in the Grand Annual. Count Zero, last year's winner, one of the first to jump out. Duke of Bedford away nicely as they come to the first. Count Zero and Duke of Bedford over together. Instigator in real close attendance. Then Freddie the Eagle trying to duck in from Bazzini and Historic as they pass us here. Heir to the Throne was next, followed by Bury the Cash, Flying Piero, and Old Blood and Sand, the 12-year-old. He's back at the tail end of the field, 2 lengths away. Speed's okay early doors in the annual as they come to the third fence. Duke of Bedford jumping like he usually does wonderfully. He speeds his way to the front for Lynch. In front of last year's winner, Count Zero. They're 6 lengths in front of Instigator. Behind him was Bazzini and his stablemate Freddie the Eagle. Then Historic, who was next in front of Heir to the Throne. The Kiwis settled much better today. Bury the Cash, he's back in the field. Then Flying Piero and Blood and Sanders last of all. They've jumped the one. They're about to jump the one at Elford Road. Duke of Bedford setting a pretty fair tempo here in the annual. He's about to climb the hill. He's got to do it again. Lynch just steadies him a little. He's out by 3 to count 0. They're in a different race to the others. 12 lengths to Instigator. They've all been detached. Bazzini was next. Freddie the Eagles around the outside of Historic and 2 to Heir to the Throne. Bury the Cash. He's settled beautifully, third last, but he's a mile off the leaders today. 4 to Flying Piero and 4 last of all was Blood and Sand. These leaders are going like they've only got to do a lap. Duke of Bedford, he's 3 lengths in front of Count 0. They're a mile to Instigator as they climb the hill. The third in Briley on the first round coming up now. It's jump number 8. Over he goes, Duke of Bedford, 3 lengths to count 0. He's the only one who can stick with him. 6, 7, 8 lengths maybe to Instigator. Then Historic, who came through to be 4th in front of Bazzini, Heir to the Throne. Bury the Cash and Freddie the Eagle, and 4 further back to Flying Piero. Blood and Sand last. The toppest part of the furthest top of the track, Cox's Hill. They've all got over the double. Yes, they have. And they're down to the Elgar Hood here. And the leader is Duke of Bedford by 3 lengths. He won't know what's going on when he's got to go left here at Tozer. He leads count 0 by 3. They're 6 lengths in front of Instigator. The leaders have steadied and the gaps are closing up. 4th Historic. Here we go, Duke of Bedford. He does not know what's going on here, but he does go left okay. Count 0 helps him, guides him through that bend as they're going to go past the crowd off the course, and look at what was the old man trap. Instigator has really made up good ground to third while the leaders have steadied. Heir to the Throne's behind him, Historic on the fence. Bazzini next, and there is the man trap. Freddie the Eagle from Bury the Cash. 2 to Flying Piero and the old greybeard Blood and Sand. He sees them all. Up to the next fence, and Duke of Bedford again assumed control in the race. He's trying to do what he did on Tuesday and lead all of the way. He's 3 lengths to the winner of last year, count 0. 4 away next was Instigator. He was followed by Historic, and then Heir to the Throne, Bazzini, Freddie the Eagle, Bury the Cash. Flying Piero and Blood and Sand. Now they square up in front of us again. The hula hand treble. Here we go. The first of them. Wouldn't the great man be smiling above this, seeing a full field in the Grand Annual? Thunder down towards the big crowd. It's Duke of Bedford going clear. He's loving his work. 7 lengths. He's dropped count 0 now. Instigator was behind him. They come to the one in front of us. The last of the hula hand treble. Here comes the Duke. Up and over he goes. Give them a roar, folks. There's a circuit to go in the Grand Annual. He's 8 out in front of count 0. Now the riderless horse just getting in the way a little there. Instigator is running third, and behind him is Historic running a good race. Freddie the Eagle's on his inside. Bazzini, Bury the Cash, and the 2 boulders, Blood and Sand and Flying Piero, are still in the last spot. So they're going to go across the course proper again. Jump the one at Elford Road. It is Duke of Bedford. He's leading them a merry dance. Count 0 making up a little ground in second as they start the trek up Riley. Instigator for small in third. Freddie the Eagle is 4th. Then Historic, Bury the Cash, Bazzini. Nothing much has happened back here. Blood and Sand and then Flying Piero. Can he keep on going, the Duke? He's going up Riley like it's the first time up there. He's dropped everything. He's in front by about 8, 10 lengths. Second place in count 0. Freddie the Eagles run to third. Instigators off the bit. They're followed by Historic, Bury the Cash, Bazzini, and a break to Blood and Sand and Flying Piero. The rogue of jumps racing he is. Duke of Bedford. He gets to the top of Cox's here. He wouldn't be able to see them if he looked under the arm, the rider. Here he comes, the Duke at Cox's. Up and over the first. Cross the road. Up and over the second. He's charging down to Granders. It's the 7th last. Jump in the Grand Annual. It's the 7th last of 33, the Elgar Hood. He's still a mile in front. Count 0. Instigator is starting to come again. Then followed by Historic on the inside of Freddie the Eagle from Bury the Cash. Here's the Tozer Road double. Duke of Bedford over it. He prefers the going right option. He's starting to get to the end of his run, but he's taken the stuffing out of everything else. Duke of Bedford, a dozen lengths to count 0, who's trying to go back to back. Instigator is third. Historic is 4th. They've dropped Bazzini. Blood and Sand is starting to pick off a few. The 5,500 for Duke of Bedford. He comes up towards the third last. Up and over he goes. Only a mistake can stop him from here. Surely. Instigator hasn't given up the chase. Historic runs to third. There'll be no back-to-back for count zero. He's in steeple lane with 2 to go, Duke of Bedford. I reckon he's travelling better than me. Over the second last. Not his best leap. He's led them all a merry dance. Instigator is in second. Historic's in third. Duke of Bedford. He's got 1 to get over. Up, over he goes. Seriously? How bloody good is the bull? Duke of Bedford, 10 lengths to Instigator. This home straight is going to seem like a mile long, but he's got a lead big enough to win the Warnie. He's a mile in front, Duke of Bedford. He's going to do the Briley and the Grand Annual double. Instigator will run another place, but stand and put your hands together for the 2025 hero of jumps racing, Duke of Bedford. You bloody beauty. He did a rogue in a 5,500 metre race and won the Grand Annual by a dozen. Instigator second. Bazzini's in. Is Bazzini in a photo for third with Berry the Cash? I'm not sure. They were closely followed then by Historic and Flying Piero. Count Zero's finished. So too was Blood and Sand, I think. But hail the new champ, the Duke.
Yeah, he was a bit suspect getting around there, and Tommy Ryan come up and helped guide me around. Then he sort of picked up the bit again, round up the hill again, jumped brilliant all the way, coming down the hill again. He got on his wrong leg at the top of the hill. I sort of had to switch him over, and he sort of was a bit tired on that leg and swapped over again, and he just got around a bit awkward. But then once we got on the flat again, he's just kicked away and jumped brilliant. And yeah, credit to Bobbin's team and everyone involved, and Warrnambool Racing Club put on a day like this every year. It's just brilliant. But yeah, I just gave him the best ride I could, and he was there for me when I asked. Thank my partner and 2 girls at home. They're big support. Go back to early days, Musgroves. They helped me out, and Robbie Lang and my manager Chuck Gray. It's just brilliant to have an annual next to my name.